Hello, good people. Welcome to day 21 of our daily Python test. Today we're going to be doing some zip operation. At least that's what they call it. They call it custom zip. But let's see what this one has in stock for us. So they said we should we should write a function that's going to take in two lists like so, and let's just call it A and B. Okay, and they said we can assume these functions both have equal lengths. So and then what we're going to do is that our function is going to take one element from the first list and take one element from the second list and place it inside a tuple like this, and these tuples are going to be arranged inside a list. So it's kind of like we're rearranging these two lists to form some sort of coordinates, let's just call it that. So we're trying to do this from this. So if we don't get it, think of a zipper, but it's easier for me to get it through this graphical representation. So doing this is quite easy. Let's get to work. First off, let's create our function name. Our function name should be called zap, of course, how they always ask us to, and it takes in two lists. So first list is going to be A and second list is going to be B. Now let us do it two ways. We're going to first do a one-liner, try to do the very professional, compact method to getting this done. Then afterwards, we're going to break it down and really do it. So maybe 5 or 6 lines. So our first liner, our one-liner is going to be this: return. Then try to keep up. We have the first one because your expression first, then so we're going to have something like this: A and then the index of num, because this is what we're trying to append to this list, and then we're also going to have B and then index of num, because we can assume they both have the equal length. So no need to write any if statement to check if they're equal. And they said this should be returned in a tuple just like this. So that's what we're trying to achieve. That's what's with the parenthesis. Then since we've done this, we can now say for num, this num here, in range, we take the length of our list. Let's just use A. You can use A or you can use B, and it will be correct because they both have equal length. So yeah, that's for this. Run code. Just as I thought, we're correct. Now let us break it down, break it a whole lot down, and really do this out. But man, looking at this, you already understand the logic behind how we got this working. So let me just comment this out for those who want to still see it. I hope nobody's left out in this. Now let's start out our function. All right, first thing we're going to do, let's create an empty list. We're going to call the list results, for example, and then we're now going to write our for loop. We'll use a for loop to append the tuples inside this empty list. So we write for loop for num in A in range, length A. Then what we want to do, we want to take A num, then the index of num in this first list we want to append it to result. So we'll say result.append a norm. Then we also want to append B, the counterpart of A, to this result as well. And that's what the for loop is just going to do. And at the end of everything, we're going to return results. But then remember that it has to be in a tuple like this, so we need to put that in a tuple for it to be correct. So let's just put our comma here, make sure this is okay, and let's create this into a tuple. Yeah, so yeah, this is good. I don't think this is what we want to do. This is absolutely wrong. I apologize for that. Really sorry. This is all going off. So this is where we're trying to append something. Little oversight from me. And then exactly. Now this is exactly what we want to append. Then let's run it and see that we're correct also. Booyah! We're there. Let me just explain this a little bit more before we get going. All that we did here was that we created this empty list. This list is where we're going to append everything because of how a loop works. If you don't know how a loop works, so it's a little confusing for you, please indicate in the comment section below. I'm very willing to explain it to you as best I can. Break it down as much as I can break it down to you understand it. So what this now in this loop, what we're doing is that we use the range of the length of the list. So if this list has maybe 10 integers in it, or 10 digits, or 10 elements in it, or 20 elements in it, that's the range that is going to be here. Like 20 here is going to be 20, so it's going to stop at 20. Now what happens when we use this range function here is that num now is going to change based on this range. So it's going to be integers. Num is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to maybe, if we're looking at this one that has 4 elements, so it's going to be 0 to 3. That's what num is going to take up here each time the loop is iterated. So at this first point, after what's happening on this line is that now we call this result, this list, and we say append this tuple to this list here. What it means is that whatever the value of a list, index of maybe 0, whatever norm is taken up at that point in the for loops iteration, take it here, whatever the corresponding element is for this index, and whatever the corresponding element for this index is, take both of them and then put them in a tuple just like so, and add it into this list. So that's just what we did until all the elements of all the two lists are completed. When that is done, then return result, return this list back, because that's exactly what we're asked to do right here. I hope this was explanatory enough. I hope this helps. I'm going to drop this in the comment section, in the description below. Please like, subscribe, and if you have an alternative method to solving this, do that as well in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys. Till we meet again tomorrow. Bye.